Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hollywood After Dark, episode number 54 for the 19th of August, 2021. Today is a day that will live in infamy. Today is the day that OnlyFans has destroyed itself. And we're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more right now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Let me just take this stupid image off the screen real quick. There we go. Welcome back to the show. It's a Thursday night. It's a good night to be a Hollywood After Darker. We got a lot going on, especially if you guys are a channel member. Obviously, I'm going to come out and I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you to the point of where I'm just going to tickle your taint with my fingertips and say thank you. Thank you, Vince Bachelor. Thank you, HWAD. I'm not going to do it to my dad because that's weird and creepy, and I don't want to do that. But otherwise, every other one of you here, with the exception of Saggy Melons, because that's just weird and creepy in and of itself, thank you all so much for being a channel member. Remember, guys, if you want to get in on the action, join the Patreon. That's going to be a big thing going forward. Exclusive content coming out of the Patreon, because also giveaways like Howard the Duck, 4K duck titties, perfect for your home collection, especially following today's news about OnlyFans. Where are you going to get premium duck titties? Not OnlyFans, but 4K Ultra of Howard the Duck. That's something you guys get your hands on. That, of course, is my shilling. I also just want to quickly point out, for some reason today, Haley Steinfeld was trending, and it was because of this image. So good for her. You know what I mean? Like, good for her. Good for Haley. Let her out there do her thing. Just take it in for a second. Just to enjoy it. There we go. All right. Kate Bishop, everybody. That's going to be a thing coming up. But before we get into it, before we dive into tonight's meat of the story, we're going to be joined by some special guests. I've got, as always, Anna Underhaven. How you doing, Annie?
Very, very good.
Thank you for coming on.
You started off with quite the interesting image there. I wasn't expecting you to start off with that.
I like to keep things spicy. I like to keep things intriguing.
I
like to keep things weird. So let me just introduce the next guest. That's Mad Max, the Mandalorian.
Thanks for that intro and keeping it weird. Keeping it weird. Theater, $3 theater.
Keeping it weird.
That Haley Steinfeld. I know she's a younger actress, but wow.
One thing I'll give you is that I'm always on the edge of my seat whenever I'm on this show. I'm like, what's Matt gonna say next?
Never know what. Yeah, well, that's kind of the whole point. That's kind of the reason why.
The month I joined OnlyFans and they pull this shit.
That is true. Saggy says, I heard that, LOL. She did.
Hi, Saggy.
H-Bart's here right off the bat with 5 bones. Thank you, H-Bart. Says, hey, Matt, I got a list of trailers if you're still good for tomorrow. Yeah, speaking of tomorrow night, we are going to do that. It is going to be a little bit later in the evening, though. Mikey Sutton is going to be coming back onto the show tomorrow night to drop another... Syl has got all the DC stuff, right? I don't go to Mikey asking for the DC stuff,
right?
But Mikey is going to come on to drop some Star Wars information, some stuff he's been getting about Star Wars, because he likes to go where he's appreciated for that kind of stuff. And clearly, Syl is all about the Dark Knight. He ain't about the Star Wars. I'm about the Star Wars. I'm going to claim that. That's my claim. That's what's going on. But anyway, no, Mikey will be on, and then after that, we'll probably dive into the trailers. I might go and make that a Twitch thing only because of YouTube and the content ID claims. Like last night, Command Unit dropped a couple super chats had us watch this trailer for this Russian film that basically looked like Gravity, but Russian. And we watched it, and I got a content ID claim on it. And it's like, yeah, so, that happens sometimes. That's one of those things where, unfortunately, you got to deal with that on YouTube. And if we watch a lot of trailers and there's a lot of content ID claims, YouTube will straight shut down the stream until that stuff is off screen.
Yeah, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, so Twitch is a completely different place for that. That might be the bigger place to have that. So anyway, Max, you wanted to come on tonight to talk about a particular individual, a particular person that you have been seeing pop up in certain circles.
Well, and I'm going to give behind the scenes. That's a bullshit intro, Matt. I appreciate your. I asked for advice because I was planning my own video, but it's an interesting topic, so I'm cool to talk about it. But yes, Matt. So I'm
hijacking your time. If you come if you come to my stream,
I said I want to get some advice,
and you're like
on this
literally 10 minutes before I go live.
That's true. That's
10 minutes before I go live, and you're like, "Hey, what do you know about this guy?" I'm like, "Let's talk about it because he's full of shit." And then you're like, "Oh no, you can still cover it."
Well, just so you know, I was thinking of ideas for a thumbnail. I was thinking about him being the My Pillow guy of movie talk, like the Mike Lindell of conspiracy
Oh
theories.
my God.
He's not. I don't think. Well, actually, he might be because because he's got a website. He's got a website and has a very interesting article.
So he's getting passed around by the usual suspects. And that's what I was going around for the thumbnail about him being the Mike Lindell of movie talk. Like, oh, it's a civil war over at Lucasfilm.
So
God, that Kevin Feige, they want to get rid of Simu Liu. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that whole thing that we talked about that the other night about how bullshit that was.
It's your super chat guy that got me interested in this topic. I'm like, what the hell is Midnight's bitch talking about?
Well, Andre,
not Midnight's BS. I mean.
Yeah, there we go. Lord Slug here, though, asking the question, when is Only Jarbo releasing? Probably very soon. Very soon. It depends on what we have on screen. I might release quicker than that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Anyway, so let's.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
That's good. That's absolutely fine.
Well, we can watch a little bit of the intro.
Yeah, so here is the Midnight's Edge video. This is coming in from Midnight's Edge. This is Shang-Chi star takes on Bob Chapek, gets himself involved
this is why I was
in the
pissed
Disney
off at
Civil
you,
War.
Because you're kind of going with this over hyperbolic stuff about Simu Liu. Oh, it was a big thing. This is something. This is nothing.
Well, no, the thing is, though, but
look at this. How can he grift off this? That's what I don't get, though.
Well, he looks like he is describing the first time he had, performed fellatio. It was this big.
I really can you make this big? Someone get me a picture of this so I can have a thumbnail.
Oh my God.
I could do some amazing.
This is at literally 000 frames.
Okay.
Just you can like take a screenshot. There's apps for that, or there's a website for that. I'll get you one later on.
He does is measure out a dong.
Yeah, that's it. It's all like he's all like, this is how big of a lie I'm gonna tell you, But he's gonna only make it bigger.
A source so bad, Doomcock rejected him, from what I've heard, right?
Doomcock, he's been on Doomcock. He's been on with Doomcock. Doomcock has used him as a source, and I've called that source out before because that's bullshit.
Zach, you won't be watching that bullshit. I'm questioning your sanity.
Because you know what, saggy is saggy. Anyway, we love you, girl. You know how it is. All right. So who is this guy? First off, let's say, who is this guy? This is Kamran Pasha.
He's I was going to say he's the secret source of Doomcock.
I would say probably he's someone that they do go to. He's really he's not like a no one per se, but he's a non-relevant. All right. He's
a no-cock.
He's like, he's an NRE. He's a non-relevant entity. He doesn't have any power or sway or nothing in Hollywood. And this guy is like out there saying all this kind of stuff. And he just keeps running his mouth when it comes to Disney because it gets him the most attention of these kind of people.
Well, he actually was, he also has videos on YouTube where I was doing research where he's claiming he was blacklisted by Hollywood because he is, like he played not the race card, but the religion card, like a Muslim or something. And he was claiming that. And I'm not saying he's lying on that. But there are Muslims that work in the industry, so I don't know. It might be something else. He might be. This is what happens with these people. That I was kicked out because I'm conservative or religious or something. But really, people don't want to work with them because they won't shut their mouth and they make stupid accusations. He's all over the place. So it's possible either way. That was the angle I was going on.
Well, the thing is though, this guy again, he's been booted off of Twitter. He recently had a Twitter, and it was taken down. Again, but when I looked at his Twitter, it was either him trying to shill his book or like him retweeting thoughts, like e-thoughts, like the kind of people on OnlyFans we're going to be talking about here once this segment's over.
So he's crushed from today's news.
This is, he's crushed. He's going to be like, no. But really, like, this is the thing is this guy is very much just kind of a weirdo. But because he suits the same narrative as Midnight's Edge, and he's got some credentials to his name, predominantly behind the scenes stuff, they're trying to use this as a way to kind of, I guess, validate what they're saying.
What the hell does Midnight's Edge do? He talks extremely slow to make it sound like he's enunciates words.
Well, he's
to make it sound like he's more intelligent than he is.
He's Norwegian. Okay. So Andre It's, you know,
Oh,
there's the language barrier there.
Oh, okay.
You know,
my fault. Sorry.
And he talks like that. I think because I've talked to him privately multiple times, and ultimately I do like Andre, but like you can tell he doesn't. The thing is, Andre doesn't. He, like, for Star Wars, he doesn't care about any of that stuff. He didn't grow up with it. He'll be open about that. To him, this is all just a money making thing, and you can look to see that for the size of their channel and the type of view counts they're getting right now on things that aren't Star Wars related. Are really bad. In fact, I heard that these guys were rummaging around for positive Star Wars news the other day, that they're trying to reach out to get information on positive news, which is kind of a weird thing because either they're trying to capitalize on it in order to knock it into the ground, or they realize that the negativity surrounding Star Wars is not as massive as they thought as it once was, and they've got to find a way to pivot.
Well, now they're going to Marvel, right?
Oh yeah, they've been going to Marvel, absolutely. Real quick here, Sergeant Buck, $5. Finally caught you live. I'm not dead, just overworked. Hey man, I hope everything is all well with you. Hope you're doing well. We need to catch up again, buddy. And thank you very much, man. Really appreciate that. So also, I see we got Real Elmo Cinema. We've got Shiny in the chat, Geeks here. A lot of the normal players are coming on in tonight. Very happy. So all right, Max, why don't you play a little bit of this, and we'll just
we're not gonna watch too much.
So we're gonna see more of these articles come out that are going to try to convince people that Bob Chapek is finished. And I believe each article that we see that is going to get increasingly more shrill, increasingly more emotional, and that will be a sign that the elites are actually losing their power. And that it will be the opposite of how it's being presented.
Okay. Huh?
So this sounds like to me.
This is Midnight's Edge right now.
This is like
he's jumped the shark.
We're gonna see. Hold on. First off, he says, "I believe." Okay, so that's his speculatory get out of jail free card. It's his belief, it's his opinion. That's how he's gonna
accountability when you say
no accountability there on that. But he's like, no. We're gonna see more articles attacking Bob Chapek, and that's gonna prove that the elites have lost their power. Like, do you not understand that the person?
This is what I said. The Mike Lindell of movie talk.
But do you know who is the person who would be behind that kind of maneuvering technique? Bob Iger. Yeah. Who is the elite of the elites, and he's doing it to protect his fucking revenue stream.
Yeah.
Like that is what's going on. If anything is happening right now, it's Iger is not happy with Chapek, and that's been a rumor that's been going on for a while. This is not about the elites losing their power. What in the hell is this bitch babbling about?
I told you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You didn't trust me until you saw the
I haven't watched a Midnight's Edge video in a long time.
I've been doing I don't remember your viewer that's commented on it, but they said Midnight's Edge is saying that Bob or Chapek wants Liu out or something, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then I started researching Midnight's Edge.
Theory.
Yeah.
Well, Protoss here says Chapek is Bob Iger's fall guy. Nah, it's not that. It's Bob Iger really wanted to step down, and Chapek, it came over from the parks, but then COVID happened and everything kind of went crazy. And so
he reins in costs. Chapek is the guy you bring on when you want to bring costs down. That's
yeah. And also but the problem though is the parks are kind of a mess right now, especially with this new rollout of the Genie Pass and everything else, which I might talk about later tonight or whatever, because I know there's been articles sent my way about that, and it's been nuts. But anyway, let's do
a little bit more. This is a glimpse. If I can stream tomorrow night about this, I will.
These articles are a desperate effort to stop the wave that is coming, which is the focus of Disney is now going to be back to the public and to the consumer rather than to the club. And the club is going to use every PR tool it has to try to change that perception.
What in the hell?
All right, dude.
What in the hell?
Of Marvel's upcoming Shang-Chi. Disney CEO Bob Chapek to task. And he did so in a way which made the headlines in not just film blogs and YouTube channels, but in the industry trades. To those who saw our video on how there is a deliberate effort by power players within Disney to remove Bob Chapek from power, a video we released mere hours before Simu Lu's comments dropped.
These guys have watched so many comic book movies that they think everything is like a comic book battle.
We will begin by going through what the Shang-Chi star is so angry about. reiterate why the power players of Disney want to remove Bob
Oh my
Chapek,
god, yeah,
and
that says it right there, doesn't it?
Shang-Chi fits in with
Like, they
Disney's
see it as,
corporate
like-
Game of Thrones.
I'm
You've
sorry.
gotta be
All right,
kidding me.
Check out Movie Madness and
It's all entertainment.
check out Movie Madness and Entertainment.
Yeah, we won't go through the whole. Yeah, so tomorrow night, Max
If
will.
I can,
will-
I'm also planning on leaving town, so I have
That's
to see.
absolutely fucking insane.
That's wow. All right, because here's the thing with that though is again to go back to reiterate what that experiment comment was. He's talking about the 45-day release window for Shang-Chi. That's it. And Simu Liu blew his gasket over that because he didn't pay the hell attention. And Feige had to come out and sit down the other night at the premiere and go, no. It was simply just a miscommunication. That's all it was. Which, again, he was doing damage control, not for Bob Chapek, but for Simu Liu. And that's about it. It's just like, that's about it. And it, like any other kind of interpretation of that is honest to God ridiculous, because you have to understand where Simu Liu is coming from. You literally have to go and watch the last like 6 months of his social media comments, because so much of the time he turned into an activist, and that's what it was. Like he was literally seeing the boogeyman in a lot of places, in my opinion, calling out Kim's Convenience, calling out this, calling out that, calling out all these things. So when he sees this headline probably that says Shang-Chi's an experiment that someone truncated for, that is very journalistically unethical, right? He freaked out and he made a comment about it on Twitter, and then like Feige had to come in and smooth things down because all that press is going to look bad for the movie. This is not that hard to see what's going on. It's not that hard to see. It's really easy to figure this crap out. It's so ridiculous. Jess here says 2016 was the last time I used to watch Midnight's Edge, but now this is this. I know I missed 2016 Midnight's Edge. Their coverage of Ghostbusters alongside with mine was awesome. And yeah, I'm going to pimp up my own coverage of Ghostbusters because I covered that movie relentlessly.
I don't think it was that bad.
Anyway,
great.
it was
great,
that bad. You're just
the new one looks way more.
Oh yeah, because it's actually a third movie, which people want.
Yeah.
So let's go check this out. This is who Kamran Pasha is. All right, this is his IMDb right here. So his IMDb shows here that he's known for his work on Sleeper Cell, Kings, and Nikita, and not much else, right? He's a Roswell, New Mexico. Apparently, he's a co-executive producer for one episode.
He's a nobody.
Of that,
well, he's been blacklisted.
Yeah, right. Whatever. The Substitute TV series consulting producer, and he was a consulting producer. What exactly? Like consulting producer? You can tell he
bullshit title.
Maybe he was a consultant, but like whatever. And then Kings and whatever, and Sleeper Cell, Bionic
Here's what
Woman.
happens. Even who's the guy behind He-Man? What's his name?
He-Man.
Yeah, hold on.
Masters of the Universe. Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Even he got in trouble for saying too much behind the scenes stuff. He had to come back because he used to do those live shows where he talked about other people in the industry.
He still does.
Well, not as much. Like
no, he calms down a bit more. But like,
right. But if you're, this is just common. It's a common thing. If you talk about like shop to the public behind the scenes, people in the industry, whatever industry, don't really like that. That could also be a factor. It might not be that they're against him being his religion or something like. And he totally went that route. I was blacklisted because of that. He said he heard one of his friends told him. I'm not going to say he's lying, but I think it could be many other reasons of why he isn't getting.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is like he doesn't talk about in his Wikipedia, which he wrote himself. He apparently wrote like 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, the 2008 video game. Sure. Or the 2009, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
How impressive. You wrote the 50 Cent video.
I mean, like the guy who wrote Battlefront 2's campaign is like a massive Anita Sarkeesian stan, so it's like anyone can get hired for anything.
Yeah.
But then, it's like, okay, he does all this stuff here. He went to Cornell Law School, according to me. And then like, he graduated with a joint law business degree in 2000. All right. Well, I mean, cool. Good for him on that one. Then he moved into working on the Twilight Zone back in the day, and he's done some stuff, here and there, right? I'm not saying this guy has not done anything. He's done more than me, 100%. But he hasn't, it says here he blogs regularly for the Huffington Post. Let me take a look here. When's the last time he blogged for the Huffington Post?
I don't know if it's current.
2017. Why female circumcision violates Islam.
Okay.
There was a thing about that, but like this isn't. I mean, yeah, sure. He's blogged a little bit, like from 2011 to 2017. A couple here, a couple there. I mean, like that's not that much, all things considered. But this article here about violating that's actually on his website. So this is his website here. And so what it is right now is the guy, like, look, his movie career, he claims that he's blacklisted, which is why he's hanging out with the Fandom Menace, because he's trying to claim, in my opinion, relevancy with this group of people simply because they're also anti-Hollywood and they're looking for people who are also anti-Hollywood. So he's got this, new book out that he's pushing, and this is what he's trying to do. He's going on there and he's making these comments about the elite. As you put it, you said like the Michael Lindell of movie scoopers,
right into the grift.
Right into the grift, and he's basically like trying to get people to come over and buy his book, and do all this other stuff.
Check
right?
Out so my OnlyFans.
Type of thing. Yeah.
It is like that.
Yeah, he might join OnlyFans now that there's no nudity. Now that there's not going to be any nudity.
As you were saying,
come October 1st. No one will be coming. But anyway, a writer and producer for NBC's highly anticipated new television series Kings. No one really cared about Kings, and he hasn't really done anything, and he's got no Twitter.
But that's because he was blacklisted.
Well, that's what he says. He says he was blacklisted, and
because of his religion, he says.
Mahershala Ali is Muslim, and he's one of the
right. There, I was also doing that angle, was researching active people working in entertainment, and it's not like there's not a lot, but I don't see. I mean, there are people there that are within the religion and are getting work fine. So I don't, maybe he had a bad experience. I'm not going to say he's a liar on that. But he also says some other bullshit that I just
look when you come out and you start,
the proof is right there in the first opening frame when he has his hands like that. That's like when someone says they caught a big fish.
Yeah,
that's the whole. He's very with his mannerisms. That's where it's my opinion, but he's already telling a fish tale right at the beginning. Oh, look,
Here, I found an archive of his Twitter feed to give you guys like an idea.
Oh man, I realized looking for advice. This is Investigator Jarbo.
Oh yeah, no, you've never really seen me do a lot of my deep dives.
Ray is not interested in this. She wants to go
back to Chatterbait and Patreon.
Whoa, we weren't talking about that.
We were talking about that. Not
yet.
Yeah, we're not talking about Chatterbait.
Whoa.
All right. So this is his thing here. So like this is from
Johnson.
Well, of course, if he retweets Ruin Johnson, there's no way.
Yeah. This is from May 27th is when this snapshot's from. Yeah. All right. So I mean, he's out there retweeting.
No wonder.
Ruin
If
Johnson.
I was in the industry, I wouldn't want to work with him either, retweeting that bullshit.
Yeah.
Even if you agree with it.
So, like this one here, who Lilith of Assyria, a bunch of child abusing dumb fucks talking about the Academy of American Pediatrics, and he's retweeting this. A lot of other stuff here. Again, just e-thoughts, right? Like
I wouldn't.
Nothing here about his, really about his book. Oh, he's got this one here. Gavin Newsom doesn't think in terms of what's good for other people today. So he's totally recall Newsom, which is, again, in California, that's a big deal. They're trying to recall Governor Gavin Newsom, very similar to how in 2003 they recalled Governor Gray Davis, which is when, by the way, I ran for governor of California back in 2003.
That's true.
When they recalled Gray Davis. And so, again, this is just right-wing grifters that are trying to go after the governor of California.
And I'm not saying there's anything with following e-thoughts or whatever, but if you're gonna say I'm blacklisted and you don't look at your activity.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, we don't know. Look, here it goes. He's retweeting Doomcock, right?
Here's the point. Like, just the fact that it's all these ladies spliced in between like serious political takes and like retweeting like people on YouTube is really cringy to me. I don't know, like you should have a separate like account for that if you just want to like all that shit.
Well, again, here like COVID disinformation.
Well, Protoss X, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying if you're saying you're blacklisted and you don't look at your activity on social media, oh, it's just because of this. It's no other reasons. There's lots of reason you might not be getting work.
There's a lot there. This guy, look, the thing is, this guy is this is June 1st. Another snapshot that popped up. Again, more COVID disinformation. A lot of that kind of rhetoric. And that's, but look who he hangs out with. He hangs out with Midnight's Edge, hangs out with Doomcock, hangs out with the Fandom Menace type guys. A lot of those guys push COVID disinformation. They pushed election fraud disinformation. They pushed a lot of nonsense. They pushed lies and fallacies and misinformation campaigns literally all the time. So if this is the person you're going to in order to get like reliable information talking about the elites are the ones that are, this guy right here calling out the elites that you can tell he so desperately wants to be part of. Let's be fair. He didn't get the work that he wanted to get. He didn't get the breakthrough that he wanted to get. So what does he do? He comes out now and he says, the elites are all trying to take over. The elites are trying to take down Bob Chapek, because he's going to, what is Bob Chapek doing? Is that he's going to dismantle Disney?
This is not someone who cares about the fucking people. This is clearly someone who, just like you said, if they were on part of the in crowd, then they'd be part of the in crowd. They wouldn't say jack shit, but because they haven't been all accepted in the group that they want, they're gonna be a staunch fucking gonna speak out against it constantly. It's not from a genuine place though. It's just from a place of anger. It's not from a place of real passion.
See, look at this here. Look at this here. Matt would be the first one to take the mark of the beast. What in the ever-loving fuck, dude? You come here every night and you run whatever the fuck nonsense throughout that fucking piss hole you call a mouth. And it's like nonsense. It's
you know what
bullshit.
They're talking about, right?
Yeah, I know. The fucking vaccine is the mark of the beast. I get, hey, guess what? Give me a booster square in my fucking butt. All right? Like, I want... You know what? Science is not the mark of the beast.
Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
They're trying to say that the vaccine is the mark of the beast. Well, like they were one of the Rudy Giuliani's top witnesses was just like saying that today.
Here's what I say. I don't want to get into this. Make up your own decision. But here's the thing. If you're going to be anti-vax, you might as well be anti everything and not even eat any products that you're at the grocery store. You might just go live in the woods.
Yeah, because if you're going to be that, then don't.
There's all kinds of chemicals and stuff that's been manufactured that you consistently consume as a consumer, and then just this, or wearing a cloth on your face. That's your right if you don't want to wear a cloth on your face. Okay, well, but what else are you doing? Just go live in a hole, because everything's doing things to your body.
Go live in a hole.
Right, hole in the woods.
You know who lived in a hole? You know who lived in a hole, Max? They eventually got him. Saddam Hussein. Okay, Saddam Hussein lived in a hole.
I stopped talking about political talk on my friends on Twitter is they were extremely anti-vax and mask, and then I was like, well, okay, well then if you get it, don't. If you're against the vaccine, don't go to the hospital either.
I think everyone's lost.
But that's where I was my most extreme. People got pissed at me. I'm like, okay, well then if you're gonna not do this, are you gonna rely on them later? Because you're not going to take a shot, but you're going to put things down your throat to survive, or rely on other people to survive. So then you shouldn't be for that either then, right? All the things they're going to do to pump in your body and keep you breathing to survive and put you on machines. That's real natural, isn't it?
GMOs.
Okay, sorry. I got started. GMOs. I apologize.
Anyway, so what's going on though, essentially with Kamran here, is that video where he was saying he got yeeted off of Twitter for apparently spreading COVID disinformation
and e-thoughts.
And then also, but clownfish, clown idiots. They actually talked to him back in 2019 about how Rian Johnson, like ruined The Last Jedi, like trying to say, there's an article on Bounding into Comics. Bionic Woman producer Cameron Pasha uses Star Wars The Last Jedi to teach about bad screenwriting.
Wow.
And that's like, and I remember that. But he says here that he's done screenwriting seminars at Columbia, University of Chicago, and other great schools. I always use Star Wars to teach students how to write screenplays. Now I add The Last Jedi to show you how to do it wrong. Okay, fine. Let me see here. I'm just kind of curious. I'm just kind of curious here. Kamran, Pasha, University of Chicago.
Wow, deep dive, man.
Because no, let's see here. All right. He was interviewed by Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, May 22nd, 2020. He was on Tuesday Night Mayhem from Geek Time TV. Kamran Pasha, all these things about Kamran Pasha. Guess what I'm not really seeing right now? I am not seeing anything about him teaching classes. Anything about him? I'm not seeing anything here because there would be an archive, right?
Maybe
a little bit.
Actually, hold on. I did find something.
Oh.
So according to the Center for Study of Gender and Sexuality at the University of Chicago, apparently somewhere in this particular thing, let me see if I can do a Control F here. Kamran. All right. Okay, so it says here that the Civil Islam Initiative presents Kamran Pasha to discuss images of Islam and the treatment of women and Muslim characters on televised media on April 10th and a screenwriting workshop on April 11th. So he has taught a screenwriting workshop back in 2013 for the University of Chicago, but it was just the Civil Islam Initiative is the ones who presented it. It wasn't like he was brought in, because the way he makes it sound there is that he was brought into the school, to the university to teach.
Yeah,
that he was teaching a course.
Misleading.
This is simply just a small thing, and he was doing this. And this, by the way, is exceptionally woke. By the way, so this particular approach is woke. So if he was a woke activist, now don't get me wrong, I say this as very much hyperbolic because I do think that when it comes to Islam, the treatment of women is terrible, especially in regards to social dichotomies. However, he is going to a group that's, the gender sexuality people, and he's teaching a screenwriting course on the treatment of women in Islam rather than an Islamic woman teaching that course, by the way. I always find that'd be kind of funny, but this is, so he's done that. Okay, cool. And then also, let's see here. He was also talked about in Immigration Daily. This is an article from 2008 where, let's see here. He's a Pakistani American, and let's see. I'm just trying to see what's going on. It's just an interview about him working on Sleeper Cell. So he's done work, but it's like he's not really doing this much. Oh, by the way, here's a great one. Here's a great little thing that pop up about Kamran Pasha here for everything. And that, of course, is on Reddit, saltier than crate. Hold on, let me bring this up here. Yes, Kamran Pasha and Geeks and Gamers, two of the most trustworthy people in the world. Rumor, George Lucas and Jon Favreau hated Star Wars The Last Jedi, June 17th, 2020. Remember this ditty of a rumor? Remember this ditty? Guess where it came from? The rumor comes from Nikita Sleeper Cell and Bionic Woman producer Kamran Pasha, who recently spoke with Jeremy Griggs of Geeks and Gamers.
Oh, shit.
So this guy has been a grifter in this sphere now for quite some time.
For a while.
And he clearly, again, he's being used now by Midnight's Edge, which...
Well, not the real Fatal J.
No, it's not. That's not the real Fatal J.
I fake Fatal J. But the reason
that's not him. That's not him.
He's spreading misinformation.
But that's not him, Max.
I know. I said not the real. I said not the real.
But Music Man, that whole comment there was about it's not trusted. There's sarcasm there. Saltier than crate is a sarcastic Reddit board. But here's the thing with this. By the way, I found this earlier and I was showing this to Max. This is actually on 4chan tonight. I found this tonight. Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers shows up on your front doorstep. What do you say? Who? You're not cool. Kill yourself, which I don't quite like. Ethan Van Shitter is literally the only entertaining person in the entire fucking pop culture sucks space. And then this guy here says, every time I see a man with no hair, I know instantly the ballpark their testosterone levels are. And then this guy here says he looks like he's wearing tidy whities. So even 4chan does not respect geeks and gamers.
Oh, no. You did selective. There was a few messages.
Hey.
I'll grab a beer. You're doing the God's work.
Shh.
Okay.
You're killing the fucking joke, Max. Stop it. Anyway, thanks, Mad Max, for coming on tonight. No, I'm kidding. So that's a big part of it right there. Is what you've got this whole situation with Kamran Pasha. In my speculative opinion, if this guy is running his mouth trying to say that the elites are trying to take down Bob Chapek, a guy who is basically reorganizing Disney in order to maximize the parks for revenue, which is what he's doing, right? Because that's where he came from. His whole goal is to basically mine IPs in order to put them in the parks to maximize people coming, because they make more money off of the parks than anything else.
Well, that all started from your viewer super chat. I forget what the name of their channel is. They said they want to work with you on a show soon, and they're talking about Bob Chapek wanting to get rid of Simu Liu and stuff. And then Midnight's Edge. No, I know, but that's why I started checking out Midnight's Edge videos. That's why it all started from there.
Yeah, well, again, you can look into this guy yourself. You can come to your own conclusion about this guy. Nothing he says seems to make any sense. Nothing he says seems to come to fruition ever. But every time he's got a book to peddle, he seems to pop up somewhere with a certain group of people claiming to know insider information when nothing he has said so far has ever remotely come true. Hold on, Carlos here saying Jarbos is jealous that Jeremy is getting all the scoops from King Pasha. Yes. There you go, God. Carlos. You caught me.
That picture of you is just great.
H Bart's here, $5, man. Thank you. Says, according to some at my work, I'm gonna die of a brain bleed because of my vaccine. LOL tards. Yeah.
You'll be fine, H Bart.
You'll be fine. They might not be. You'll be okay.
Yeah, can't make any promises for them.
Yeah. Just go like just here's what you say to them, H Barts. Just go, I'll pray for you.
Oh my God.
just say, hey, what's going on? How you doing, Elmo?
They'll stick in their bra.
Yeah. Oh, but Brian here has a lot to say about Bob Chapek. All right, Brian. What do you know? Brian here he covers the parks for Skywalking Adventure, and he does not like Bob Chapek. He's been very vocal privately about that. So obviously there's a lot going on with that one, but okay. So I think we've kind of talked to the that one to death.
Wow, that was like a deep dive. I was like,
that was a deep dive. That's what happens.
That was more than I was gonna do.
Well, this is what happens. Well, this is what happens when you follow through, Max.
You never know what you're gonna get on Boulder Talk Radio.
Yeah, it's not Boulder Talk Radio. No. I love you, Max. I love you. Sometimes I just want you to watch the whole fucking video.
Oh shit! Look at that.
But all right, here. So we've gone through that one. I can finally clear out all of the Kamran Pasha nonsense from my dash. Let's see here. Todd Fayer, $20, man. Thank you so much. Says, have you ever thought about having Anna, that Star Wars girl, as a guest?
Sure, I'll call her for you.
I would. Here's the thing. I would talk to Anna, but I would probably not treat her with any respect.
Wow.
And what? No, look, here's the reason why, man. It's because she doesn't she's come at me before when I criticized Mecha Random, and she basically tried playing the you're attacking a woman card, and I'm like, how so SJW stupid of you?
Yeah, that's lame.
And she went after the Captain Carter imagery the other day by altering her shoulders and trying to make her less quote unquote manly. And then, still went after the one Tumblrette who decided that she wanted to go after that one Mary Jane variant cover by altering it, and that's why I just retweeted it and said, oh, same energy as this thing.
It is.
She's not an honest actor. So why would I treat her with any level of respect? If you aren't honest enough, we can disagree on opinions. That's not a problem. All right. I love disagreeing. I think it's fun to disagree. I think it's fun to debate. But I want to debate people who have an honest criticism about something. Like, for example, I was on Nicotina's show last week. They brought on, Nicotina framed it like it was going to be me versus him. and then it turned into like me versus like 6 dudes, and then Austin from Pop Culture Corner, and they were really focusing on this Weasel killed 27 kids thing, and Rick Flag not having any trouble with that, but then finding out what the government did with Starro and whatever, and then that was a problem, right? Like, again, it was this really odd nitpick that made no sense, that I debunked, quite frankly, really early on. And they still were like harping on it because it felt to me like it was a coordinated effort, like it was a coordinated talking point, which is not considered an honest discussion. It wasn't an honest discussion, and they even tried dropping a Fatal J video as a gotcha. And again, so I don't view that as being an honest debate. So I'm not going to necessarily treat it with the high levels of respect. If Nicotina wanted to come on and have an honest debate about the movie, that's a different story. 100%. I would totally do that. But this isn't that kind of issue. This is where these people do not tell you the truth. They lie to you. They alter their opinion based upon the horde and the hive mentality. And they do this to maximize profit because that's all they ultimately care about. They say they do it for the culture. When someone says that, when they start talking about the culture war, that's kind of a dog whistle. And I know you'll back me up on that one.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, 100%.
So, there's definitely Protest here says Rick Flag trying to save the world is kind of out of character. He's a military guy. Isn't that kind of the point of the Suicide? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, what? I missed a super chat. I did. I'm just going back through. I didn't realize I missed. Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry. Sergeant Bug here says, what are the 3 of you make about New York having 0 medical exemptions for the vax, i.e., people with multiple sclerosis can't get it due to medical complications? That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
I think that's completely unreasonable.
I think that there should be I've openly stated that I'm pro mandatory vaccine, to be honest with you. That's a hot take, but I stand by it. I stand by that take. And I stand by that take.
Take into account like people like who can't get it.
Well, yes, and taking into account people who are unable to get it. Like, I think Max, your mom, right? She can't get it.
Right. She got the first 2 and they said never again.
Yeah. So on that front, you know what I mean? Like, medical exemptions, I'm okay with. Religious exemptions, that's a whole other argument. I think a lot of it's bullshit. There's a guy in California right now, like a mega church owner, who is trying to offer up religious exemptions for his flock to not get the vaccine. And it's like, that it's the largest line of bullshit on the planet. But I think there should be, there are always going to need to be exceptions to the rule. But it's also a very minor number of people that are going to need them. So it should be on a case-by-case basis, with medical professionals being the ones to, your doctor helping you come to that, and not some crackpot who uses a very odd, skewed, deep web version of WebMD. It's a hard topic, but that's, I want people to fucking live is at the end of the day what I want. And you know what? If you can't get a fucking vaccine, wear a fucking mask if you have to go out. It's not that difficult. These things are not that difficult, but we shouldn't, this isn't like an army of one stuff. No, that's not what I want to say. I don't know. What? I'm kind of all over the place on this one.
Yeah,
so, no, I get you, Sergeant. I get you, dude. I know that. I get you, man. Like, I like having the conversation about it.
Good to talk about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Lord Slicker says, poor Jarbo getting ganged up on, but he stood his ground like a champ. They literally called me unbullyable, which I thought was actually really funny.
Oh, wow.
The Anthony ACS, who I like Anthony, he was like, oh yeah, I know, this guy is unbullyable.
Jesus.
And I think that's pretty funny. Anyway, Todd here with another 20, man. Thank you. Says, what percentage of the Snyder fans do you think all belong to the toxic fandom? The ones that tell you if you see the Flash, you are against Zack Snyder. It's a vocal thing versus anything else. The closer we get to the movie coming out, as soon as Zack Snyder says like he wants to see it, and maybe he'll be a producer because he's been a producer on literally everything else.
That's true.
So, if he tells people, if he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm a producer on the movie, I can't wait to see what they do with it. Then of course that's going to cause some of those people are going to lose their shit. Other ones are going to go, oh yeah, well, the boss said it. So let's go and let's go and
I hope the majority of people do that because
I plan on seeing it. I plan on seeing it.
I'm seeing it.
I'll probably check it out.
Anyone that gives you like an ultimatum, like you're not a real, that's gatekeeping and stupid.
A lot of gatekeepers out there, yeah. And I don't give the gatekeepers any time of day, really. I'll laugh in their face.
Well, people even stopped watching my show because I was talking about the Suicide Squad in a positive way until I saw it, in like James Gunn or or the campaigns to retweet articles that are completely bullshit. I don't like what he did in the past either, but it's not anything against the law as far as we know until something comes out. Those campaigns that is cancel culture.
Protoss here says 50% of Snyder fans are tox. I disagree. What it is a problem are the people who live all day, every day on Twitter doing nothing but talking about the Snyder Cut.
The ones that have something to benefit from it can get toxic.
And there's people like that in all types of communities, honestly. The problem is it's like, it's about... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, social media presence, show, they get all worked up, and they get followers based off of it.
And honestly, it's kind of down to how much the moderate people are able to like keep those types of people under control, how much the community keeps itself in check. That's what it depends on. And some communities do that better than others. That's why some are more toxic than others.
Yeah. Was the Mercury Snyder guy's awful? Yeah, he's pretty awful. Fuck that guy. Yeah. James here says the Zack Snyder was an executive producer on the Suicide Squad and nobody went to go see it. See, that's not even accurate. Like he was a producer on the movie. I don't remember him really talking about it. That like Wonder Woman is in name only. It's really just part of the contractual agreement to use the characters that came from when he was the one overseeing the projects. So that's really what it boils down to. It's all honorary type stuff. He didn't work on the Suicide Squad. He didn't work on Wonder Woman 84. He didn't really work on Aquaman. He did his thing and that's fine. But the Flash will probably be, again, an honorary executive producer on, because that's just how the system operates. And you can't sit there and say that nobody went to go see Suicide Squad. A lot of people went to go see Suicide Squad, and almost 4 million people, according to Samba TV, watched it with a Samsung television on HBO Max, which isn't even available in all parts of the world yet. So people watched it, and HBO Max at the end of the day was still the goal for that movie.
HBO Max.
HBO Max. All right, so let's move off of this shit. Let's talk about some funnier stuff, right? Like OnlyFans going away. This is one that, look, I understand this is not necessarily movie related. I get that. This is not necessary, but this is part entertainment, because there are, like, Bella Thorne is part of Hollywood, part of entertainment industry. She has an OnlyFans. A bunch of YouTubers who are part of the entertainment sphere. True. They have OnlyFans. This is a very interesting debacle for OnlyFans. And I want to say, actually, what I found to be interesting, I was listening to Underhaven stream earlier about this, and Jamie was saying that, the idea about taking away the autonomy of women financially is something that needs to be kind of discussed. And I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that the autonomy of women in regards to all of this is something that, like, I haven't looked at it from that front. Like Belle Delphine, for example, was making like $1 million a month, but Music Man here does say, I feel this is Bella's fault just a little bit when it comes to OnlyFans. She definitely caused an uproar within the community.
They didn't like her because of that.
But yeah, right. I'll never financially recover from this.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? Never a bad time for a Tiger King meme. So it says here, OnlyFans, which has amassed a base of more than 130 million users, largely for adult-oriented subscription fan pages, announced it will ban all sexually explicit content. My take on this predominantly is that it's going to basically become just maybe a little bit saucier than what Instagram allows. And Instagram now allows a lot. Like, Instagram used to not allow as much as it does right now, but it definitely does a lot more. So, and the reason why they're doing this is to comply with the requests with the banking partners and payout providers. Because that's, because I would assume also because of potentially what Pornhub went through recently.
So they've been very unclear. Like, I've read multiple statements. I've looked through multiple articles, and OnlyFans has just been really unclear by what they mean by this. Now, here's what I'm kind of interpreting it to mean. Like, maybe you won't be able to, like, fuck on OnlyFans, like, not have sexual intercourse, but you can still, like, post yourself naked. That's kind of what I'm taking the read from here.
I mean, there are a lot of leaked OnlyFans. Like, if you post anything to OnlyFans, someone is going to leak it. That's just, how it goes. And then there's a lot that, there's forums and websites dedicated to leaked OnlyFans content, which is really weird. That like those websites are still around. But it says here that OnlyFans will prohibit the posting of any content containing sexually explicit material or any sexually explicit conduct. Now that is, that could be like no masturbation, no penetration, no sex, no oral, something along those lines. Because if it's the conduct aspect here, but they might be okay with showing titties.
That's exactly what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think you might be on to something there. Yeah. But even then, that's like, not every, and here's the thing, not every woman that goes on to Pornhub, OnlyFans, shows everything.
That's
not
right.
Everyone does. Some of them are
people just wear lingerie and shit.
Yeah, they tease. I mean, do you remember Rachel Dolezal?
No, never heard of her.
She was the woman who came out as a trans black a number of years ago.
Well,
she was the white woman from Spokane, Washington, that was masquerading as a black woman.
Spokane. Never heard of that before.
Never. Oh, man, that was a big story. That was a big thing. She just opened an OnlyFans yesterday, actually. And her OnlyFans will not, but it won't be nudity, that she says, right?
Okay,
it's going to be it's going to be things like her artwork. Okay.
Artwork.
And then like if you send her things from her Amazon wish list, she might like model them or something. I think it's all feet stuff, to be honest with you. Because feet, well, no, because Wiki Feet has blown up in the last year. I don't get that fetish, dude. Feet don't turn me on, but like I know Mr. Repsion, Daniel, who's a friend of mine, he sells photos of his feet. And like he's got an OnlyFans. I don't know.
I could sell photos of Madman's feet.
My feet are not the greatest, but I got some fucking
hairy toes.
I got some mad ass calves, man. Shit.
Oh my god.
I'm a fat dude, which means that my calves are lean and fucking just ripped. Like if I put on a pair of a nice pair of sneakers and like some like short, whatever they're called, ankle socks or whatever, and like I turn my leg just right and I flex the muscle, I've literally had women compliment me on my legs. As the rest of me is disgusting, hideous, and troll-like, but my fucking calves are amazing. So if I'm just saying, like, is it? Can I put that as an only?
I said I was going to stay on 30 minutes. I don't know why I'm
staying. I'm just saying, like, you know what? There's things you can do. There are things you can do.
The bear thing.
Sergeant Boyer says, like, Matt got them thick calves. They ain't that thick. They're just they're very sculpted. They're sculpted, right? They're like of an Adonis. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
This is the weirdest episode of HWAD yet.
I want to see you do the George pose from Seinfeld on the.
I don't have that hairy of a chest. It's just gonna look like like a prepubescent Bigfoot. It's just like he hasn't quite hit puberty yet, but there's some sprouting. Anyway, according to OnlyFans, creators will continue to be allowed to post content containing nudity, as long as it's consistent with their acceptable use policy. The site's terms currently allow nudity except in the case of content featuring public nudity recorded in or broadcast from a jurisdiction where public nudity is illegal, meaning like you can't be outside in a car.
So let's be honest, most of these headlines are very, very disingenuous.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's why I said OnlyFans
like, this still might kill the
itself.
website.
It's done, dude. It's fucking done. Like, it's done. I like, the thing is, look, you can't sit there and go like tasteful nudity is not going to be what people out there want.
In all fairness, that is what a lot of people are doing on there. So some people will probably be unfazed by this.
Belle Delphine was doing like straight up porn, and she would post that shit to her Twitter. And like, but it's weird. She even had like rape fantasies that she like kidnap and rape fantasies.
She's weird, dude.
She's super, like, but she admitted she was making $1 million a month on OnlyFans.
Yeah, because she's a meme.
Because she's a meme. So I mean, that's kind of the whole thing, right? Like, it's weird but people were making serious. So right now, up until October, September is going to be like mad dash push to get as much out there as they can. You know, like people are going to sit there and say like, all right, this is the last month. You're going to get all of it. It's going to have to be now, blah, blah, blah.
Now I know who that is. I've seen pictures of her somewhere.
Oh, Belle Delphine. You had to Google her. Yeah.
I didn't know who she was.
Yeah. She's the one that had like the bathwater, the gamer girl bathwater. That was a meme thing though. But like, you know, it's, she fucking weirds me out, man. Now earlier this week, they launched OnlyFans TV, a free streaming service that will not include any sexually explicit material. It features original content from more than 100 OnlyFans creators spanning fitness, cooking, comedy, health, music, and more.
All right, dude.
OnlyFans TV is going to be like a tame version of YouTube.
This is like MTV transitioning from its original purpose into like...
I'm
going to join for sure.
It's all like...
Movie madness on OnlyFans.
Oh, there we go. I know. Earlier this year, it soft launched the on-demand streaming service, which now features content library of over 800 videos. That's like 1 hour on YouTube.
Yeah, well, you know what, Matt? What if OnlyFans actually rebounds and like successfully fucking rebrands their content?
They might. Look. Here's the thing. If they offer enough money on the back end, people will say, because this is what it boils down to. This isn't about artistic creativity. Let's be fair. It's not about that. It's not about artistic expression. It's not about wanting to have tastefully crafted nudes. It's about where you're going to put that Batman butt plug. Like, that's really what it boils down to. It's going to be the ethos that are on Twitter that are like, they want to leave campsites behind. Like Mia Malkova, for example, right? Mia Malkova, one of the top porn stars. Okay. And she actually recently came out and like someone asked her on a live stream, like, hey, why aren't you doing as many videos anymore? And she's like, I make more money on OnlyFans. And this is Mia fucking Malkova, who just bought a $4 million mansion that was reported about in legitimate trades. So there's money to be made with all this stuff. Didn't they just make $5 billion? Oh no, it said it paid out $5 billion since 2016.
Yeah, that's
and it keeps 20% of the revenue. So what's 20% of $5 billion? A billion.
That's the point I was really trying to make. Like, the people in charge of OnlyFans, they don't even have to try anymore. They can just, live happily for the rest of their lives and not even think about it. It's the people who actually built them up. The reason why they have the platform and have that $5 billion is the people who actually generated that revenue that are going to get fucked over and have nowhere to turn potentially.
No, that's a bullshit. Trisha Paytas created her own website. Okay?
I mean, like, not everyone can do that, man.
Yeah. Look, it ain't that difficult to create your own website with the ability to pay.
But OnlyFans has brand recognition. It's synonymous with what you're doing there. You know what I mean? It's like a genericized brand at this point. I was talking about that on one of my podcasts just like a few months ago.
Well, no, it's also, but the thing is, it's not okay. Like, they can go to My Free Cams. If they want to do it there, they can. There's Plexstorm
button there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Like, there's Plexstorm, which is the adult streaming service. Like, I clicked on it the other day just to kind of see what was going on, and there was like, I'm not even kidding you. I was laughing so hard that there was a guy who was like, he was sitting in front of a green screen, right? He was sitting in front of a green screen, and he had the green. So the full screen was he was watching a porno. And then he's like sitting there like he's playing a video game, like in the bottom right hand corner. I'm like, oh, he's just reviewing porn. And then I look closer, and he has another camera that was mounted under his desk, pointed at his crotch, and that was in the bottom left hand corner. And he's watching porn and he's jerking off while talking into the camera.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's what's on Plexstorm. That's what you're gonna find on Plexstorm. And then I was also like, wow, this guy's like, that's a lot of coordination right there for that. That's a lot of coordination.
It's a lot of hand-dick coordination.
That's a lot of hand-dick coordination right there, because you're trying to watch something and focus, talk to your audience, and then keep your stuff going. It's more, and he had like 70 people watching him. He had
there's always people watching.
More people watching
this right now
than watching this right now. Yeah, by only a few, but still, it's like, that's kind of the whole thing, is that, like, sex sells on the internet. And obviously, like, I mean, like, even last night, what did I bring up last night? I brought up Amaranth last night. I brought up Amaranth, who was on, I even made the joke, Max knew who she was.
Yeah, because
And,
I was watching Saggy Melons on Twitch and it says you should be. It recommends you should be watching.
So I mean, like, this is Amaranth last night, and she's sitting there. She's just on Twitch, and she had like 10,000 people watching her, and she's just doing.
Incels are our thing.
Yeah, and then doing this, right? Again, sex sells. I brought this up earlier tonight as a joke, but Haley Steinfeld was on Twitter today. She was trending on Twitter, and I clicked on it, and it's because of her Instagram image of her on that was trending. You know what I mean? So we can sit there, we can argue about the semantics of payment processors denying access to this, when in reality, look, they know exactly what it is, but they're just like, they know that sex sells, and it's like all they're doing is further pushing the shit.
Here right just playing the grift.
Rel, I tuned in for time. You've missed an epic conversation, Rel, 100%.
All right. Speaking of that, by the way, I do need to head off and get to bed, Yarbo. I hate to,
No, it's all good. It's all good. I have a lot more to get to tonight. We'll
talk about that article another time.
I don't know why I'm still here. Hey, Anna, thanks for talking. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we'll have that chat soon on your channel.
Sure.
So give me a time at some point.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Thanks for coming in, man. Thank you. All right. Rational Skeptic here says Leonid Radovinsky, the Ukrainian billionaire that owns OnlyFans, considers the site a side gig for him. Yeah, exactly. So someone else would just find a way to make it a big thing. That's kind of
losing his shit in the chat. He's like, whoa.
Wait, RJ's here? I didn't see RJ.
In the chat.
Oh, yeah. All right, you got a link, RJ. If you want to come on in, come on in. Put Amaranth back up. No. Dark Beast here says
I don't even think she's that attractive.
No, she's really not that attractive. She's cute, but it's not like, I don't know. I don't find women like that to be like
she just licks stuff.
It's like it's just and I don't mind women like, being sexual. Like I like that, but it's the idea though is that it's just like I don't find her to be like nothing like that. Maybe it's because I'm older, and I'm not looking to like just get off on whatever I guess is there, without going too far into detail. But really, it's just like that doesn't really do it for me.
Well, I'm sharing a casting news for you if you want to do quick.
Oh yeah, no, actually, I had that up there. But anyway, here, thank you everyone for listening to that particular. Let's see here, Matt. Okay, OnlyFans is being investigated for sex trafficking. Dude, every porn site gets investigated for sex trafficking. Even like Pornhub got it too. They deleted a bunch of content. You know what I mean? But like the top 0.05% of people on the top OnlyFans creators are very open and vocal about all this stuff. So it's one of those things. You Do Suck here says, can we take a jerk off break?
You don't have to on $3 Theater. You could just go right at it.
You could, yeah. No one's watching you right now. You Do Suck.
I mean, are you talking about the host?
No.
No, I'm just kidding. But this is apparently I think this is real because it's getting a lot of retweets. Forever RiRi Williams. So the SJW character that everyone complains about online.
I remember. Yeah. So I remember when RiRi Williams, when Ironheart was first brought up, right? When Ironheart was first made a number of years ago, this is following the death of Tony Stark. She was an MIT student who basically like kind of, I think, stole Iron Man's armor or made her own or something along those lines. She stole something from Iron Man, like his helmet, I think, and was able to kind of like reverse engineer it in order to make her own. I could be wrong on the origins, but it's something very similar to that. And but a lot of people out there didn't like the fact of there being a Black Iron Man. They didn't want that. They didn't care for it. But the character has lived on for a number of years, and very much like America Chavez and Miss Marvel, they are trying to branch out into that diverse, area.
This is the fear monger that's happened on the online from the not to pimp my show too much, but the Friday Night Whites, that group of YouTubers, the whites of YouTube, constantly say the SJW characters that ruined. She's one of the major one, all along with American Chavez. But so far, the execution, at least MCU wise, has been spot on.
Well, here's the thing though. Well, here's the thing with this, right? Is people always say don't race bend characters, don't gender swap characters, create a new character.
Tony.
No, they made a new character. They made a follow-up to Iron Man. It does seem like someone out there would take inspiration from Iron Man from Tony Stark in order to then go and make their own suit. That doesn't, I mean, look at Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 legitimately starts off with him making fun of Justin Hammer for trying to replicate the Iron Man technology, with Hammer Industries and it not working. So obviously someone was going to come out there and do it. She goes to MIT. She's already a smart individual. They established this character. I don't have a problem with the character. I'm not trying to say that I have a problem with the character.
I like the style there too.
Yeah, cool. and so that's what they did with her, and now they're bringing her into Black Panther.
Honestly, I will take her over Pepper Potts taking over, because I mean, not that I'm against it, but she was, I don't know, Gwyneth Paltrow in that. I like Gwyneth Paltrow, but I just wasn't feeling it in Iron Man 3 and stuff.
Yeah, Carlos here asked a question, but why is she in this movie? Well, I have a feeling. Why is she in Black Panther 2? Well, okay, so a couple reasons for the most part. She's probably in this movie because, for one, they need to fill a void left by Chadwick Boseman. Not that she herself is going to do it. Shuri Okoye, Lupita Nyong'o's character, whose name I forget right now, obviously, having, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is effectively going to be like the first all-female led Marvel ensemble film, and so introducing RiRi Williams through that, and maybe having her armor manufactured in Wakanda with vibranium might be something, fusing of that technology, her and Shuri working together to replicate Tony Stark's armor and to use vibranium to do it. So now that is something that could be, I think, kind of fascinating, to be honest with you. And if handled well, if written well, if performed well, no one's going to care.
Well,
and
RJ has an interesting comment there.
Yeah, he says here, do you guys think that they will change her origin from being from Wakanda instead of being an MIT student? Well, she might be an MIT student from Wakanda. And that could be a thing where, she ends up going home. Maybe something happens where she's a troublemaker. She gets booted out of MIT or something like that, and you never know. So there's that. Well, Kyrie says, what's wrong with War Machine? I mean, he's black. Nothing's wrong with Rhodey. Nothing is wrong with Rhodey, but they have a younger character. Like, this is, they're not replacing.
Well, what's wrong with him is he's not very exciting on screen. I'm sorry. I like the character, but what's the actor's name? He's a great actor, but he kind of phones it in sometimes. It's just not. What's his name?
Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle.
I love Don Cheadle too, but we also watched Space Jam, and we watched a few other things. I just don't feel it from him when he's in the MCU. I feel it for him when he's doing a different movie with a drama or some other action type movie. I feel it more from him than the character of Rhodey. I don't feel the passion there in that character. I don't think it's horrible or anything. That's just my opinion. I just never I liked the original War Machine.
Terrence Howard.
I liked him better in that role, really.
Yeah, but he totally
No, I know. I know that. I know, but I don't know. That's just my opinion.
It's not a bad change. Carlos here says it's a bad change. It's not a bad change. She's a new character. Like, that's the whole point. It's like, isn't that the argument everyone makes? Make a new character, make a new character, make a new character. Here's your new character. If you're still pissed off about that, maybe you're, I don't know, a little bit on the racist side. Perhaps you should maybe ask yourself why this bothers you so much. That's a question. I'm not directing that at you, Carlos. I'm talking about the people, from certain corners of the internet, certain areas that are going to be having a problem with this for no other reason than it's a black woman playing an Iron Man type character. So
now, would it be more interesting if there was a character that's similar to Iron Man that's not Iron Man that she plays? It could be, yeah, but I mean,
well, just because she has similar technology doesn't mean she's Iron Man. It's like, look,
yes.
Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man, but he's still a fundamentally different character. They have some similar powers that overlap, and he has some different powers.
Well, they tried to spin the narrative that Miles Morales is another one of those SJW characters. It's not interesting either. And then look into the Spider-Verse is a hit. So it was
only a hit. It was only a hit after the fact.
Right? No.
But yeah,
really well received and people love it. And then there's a PS5 game. So they tried this narrative on the characters, and so far it's been failing. The only one they keep trying for is that they're still trying that was already introduced was Captain Marvel. I have high hopes for Miss Marvel and Ironheart and American Chavez. I'm not sure about. I don't know. I'll give it a shot though.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But I am excited to see what comes from this one. I have a feeling that it's going to be very good. And
what do you think of the actress? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
She seems...
Dominique Thorne. What has she been in? Dominique.
That's all I have.
Yeah, she's well, yeah, she is 23, and let's see here. She was in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay.
And she was also in If Beale Street Could Talk, and that's it. She's been in 2 movies. But they're both pretty well, like If Beale Street Could Talk, I think won Regina King the best actress nominated. She got the nomination. Yeah, no, she won for best actress for that movie. So it was definitely an awards winner. Obviously, she caught people's attention. Tiona Paris is also in it. So Monica Rambeau is also in it, which might have a bit of connection on that one as well. And so obviously that's kind of what they're going for. So RJ here says that she was great in Judas and the Black Messiah, even though it was a small role. Cool. So again, I think, the casting on these shows have been very good, and I haven't had a problem with any of the casting yet. So, I mean, you know what? There's no reason for me to really kind of freak out. So hold on here. Out of Print says, nobody's asking for these industry changes, at least true fans of the source material. Well, what do you mean industry changes?
That's gatekeeping.
I don't know.
I mean, it'd be different if the characters didn't have a full arc, but they've had their whole story run.
Like, do you guys really fucking think that Black Panther's gonna wait? Who's excited?
Well, I'm saying this is just an example. Raya's really happy about this. There's people that really like these characters. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean someone else isn't going to support it. I mean, you get that narrative online if you listen to all the grifters that used to work in the industry, but now make their money completely fan funded 100%. So you get that bias, you get that agenda to say that these characters are garbage. But you know what? There's a lot of people that like them. They've been working in even if they aren't extremely successful in comics, they've been working well in the video games. And so far, they've been working well in the movies and series. So, you know what? There's something there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens to that one. I'm not too sure. Here's the thing though. The last thing I'll say on it is this, because there's more to get to, is that, quite frankly, Black Panther 2 is in no way going to flop. Right? Black Panther 2 is in no way going to flop because with the death of Chadwick Boseman, there's going to be a massive rush of people to go see it.
Do you think they're going to do like the Carrie Fisher type treatment?
No. Okay. They've already said they're not going to.
Okay.
I don't know how they plan on explaining it. But the Rational here says, do you think that Chadwick Boseman's absence from Black Panther 2 will affect his box office? Yeah. Initially, like the opening weekend of it, God, no, fuck no. But then again, I mean, like, look, people are going to rush out to it to go see how it plays out. That's what it's going to boil down to.
All they have to do is have a trailer with characters being impacted by the loss, and people are going to want to see that story.
Yeah, and especially
that's what we want to see, right?
Yeah. How is it a divided fan base? It's not a divided fan base. What are you talking about? Like, I literally have no idea what you're saying out of print. You're calling it a flop. It's
still want Iron Man or
or Black Panther. I don't know. I agree with RJ. Black Panther 2 is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Protoss here it has a lot of hype. I mean, like, there's a lot. Tony here, Max's dog even agrees. I mean, look, there's hype. There is total hype surrounding. That's surrounding the movie. But then again, look, wait for the trailer. Wait for all that stuff to kick in. So anyway, look, I did, here's the voicemail link.
John Hodgson make a great comment too, though. Sorry.
All right. It says these people have no idea about Marvel characters in 50 plus years of Marvel publishing. Nearly all main characters have been a variant upon variant of different Superman, Wonder Woman, etc.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, look, they all rip each other off like 100%. You know, they all kind of adapt from each other. It's very collaborative. You know, how many times has a Marvel writer gone over to DC and vice versa? You know, and they take a lot of that. You know, again, it's all kind of an amalgamation of it in and of itself, holding true to, you know, comic accuracy. What does it even really fucking mean? It's really just about trying to nail the tone and nail the character and who the general idea of what the character is. But the character, let's say, for example, Superman was created over 80 fucking years ago, and he has evolved immensely since then. And there are people out there that don't want him to become like, they don't like the Henry Cavill Superman because they feel that he is not Superman, that he's too dark and brooding, and that Superman would never kill anyone, and blah, 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 blah. All of that nonsense that they hold on to, when that's not the case at all. So it's it's one of those things to like really talk about here. Anyway, so there's that. And then hold on. Command Unit here, thank you, says daily dose of 40K. Lost Crusade official trailer. It's a trash mobile game, but the trailer is weirdly amazing. All right. Lost Crusade.
I'm probably gonna add, it's 2:30 for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I do want to say shout out to Command Unit. I am enjoying the trailers. I'm not leaving because of the trailer, just because I got to get to bed and I'll watch it.
Well, yeah, you're also on the East Coast. It's late over there, and I still more stuff to kind of get through here. So
right, so I am gonna enjoy the trailer Command Unit, but it's gonna be in my bed with the cat.
All right, man.
All right. Good night.
All right, good to see you, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so it's just me and you guys now. Let's dive the hell into this here. All right, so Spider-Man 3 No Way Home producer acknowledges fans who are going crazy for the trailer and announcements. There's been a lot of Spider-Man related or kind of like Marvel related, Spider-Man related content today. A lot of people have been talking to Kevin Feige. Feige's been, you know, really talking about this. Feige here knows fans are crazy. In an interview with Cinema Blend, he acknowledged all the fuss that is circulating when it comes to Spider-Man No Way Home, especially because there has yet to be a trailer. And he says here that, honestly, I've seen the fervor online. It has not necessarily occurred to me that it is any more or any less secret than any of our other projects. I think all of our projects, we want to preserve surprises. That's what all the secrecy is for. And then talking about the movie coming out in December, he confirmed that it's still on track to come out. I think they're really waiting to see what happens with Shang-Chi to determine whether or not Venom 2 ends up getting moved, and then to determine after that whether or not Spider-Man and Morbius are going to change. That could be that as well. And he says here that there will be a trailer before the movie comes out, because people out there at this point, they really just want, they absolutely just want to see a trailer to see whether or not, you know, Toby and Andrew are in the trailer, and they won't be in the trailer, by the way. So we got a lot going on with that right now. You know, we've also got here this Deadpool 3, Feige had made a comment about Deadpool 3 saying that right now Ryan Reynolds is balls deep into it. The writers, Liz and Wendy Molyneux from Bob's Burgers, are apparently really deep into it. Although I recently started following them on Twitter, and they tweet the most like inane stuff. So if they're working, they are not letting anyone on there know any of that stuff. Out of Print here asks, are they bringing Toby back? We don't know. We have no idea. Carlos here makes a good point. People just want Marvel to say that Toby and Andrew are in it. That's it. I get it. But the truth, they're not going to tell us that, you know. But then again, look, Raya here says Doctor Strange and Spidey. Like, that's the dab, 100% dabbing on that. And that's, well, elbow cough. But yeah, you know, that's what it's going to be about. Fourth here says it's not Shang-Chi, it's Shang-Chi. No, it's Shang-Chi. All right, it's Shang-Chi. Get it right. So I mean, look, that's what's going on with that right now. There's nothing, but they literally turn this into, see if I think this is the one I brought up. Yeah, so I've got like the direct talked about the Eternals. They're talking about, like, again, this quote from Feige became its own article. This another quote from Feige became another article. I mean, they were just like running through everything today about all this stuff, right? About the building into Avengers 5, talking about how they need to build to the saga, which is what they're doing right now. Unlike DC, which isn't building towards anything. They're just trying to keep themselves afloat. But literally everything today was being pulled from this Kevin Feige interview. That was really about it. discussing film and well, I mean, MCU Direct, obviously they're going to be talking about that, but there wasn't much else going on today, which is kind of sad. But we did get, again, we just talked about that, but here's something I wanted to go over today. And this is fascinating. According to torrentfreak.com, which is a great site that covers a lot of stuff in regards to the like piracy side of things, right? Torrent news. They're talking here about how Amazon, Facebook, and Google paid millions to pirates. So it says here that a new report published by Digital Citizens Alliance suggests that pirate sites earn more than $1 billion in revenue per year. While pirate apps are good for another quarter, part of the money comes from big brands such as Amazon, Facebook, and Google. While Amazon appears to take the problem seriously, the report sees plenty of room for improvement on Google's end. Now, it says most pirate sites and apps won't survive without advertising revenue. This is why the advertising industry is seen as an important partner to combat piracy, which is very true, actually. A lot of it is very much like that. It's, you have to have ads on those things. Because there's like hosting and there's all that stuff. Major copyright holders groups hope to convince major players to stay clear from anything piracy related to drain infringing sites of their income. And so it says here, a few days ago, the Digital Citizens Alliance published the results of a study called Breaking Bads, which takes a detailed look at the advertising ecosystem surrounding pirate apps and pirate sites and apps. It says here that the overall conclusion is that there's still plenty of advertising revenue going around in pirate circles. Based on data from 6,194 piracy websites, God damn, that's a lot, 884 piracy apps, the research estimates that pirate sites generate over 1.08 billion in ad revenue, and the apps added more than 259 million. So think about this for a second, right? Think about this for a second. You've got like these websites generate more revenue than like some of these movies generate by simply just redistributing illegal content. That's nuts to me. And there are and again, a lot of this comes from like third world countries where there isn't a lot of this kind of stuff, where there isn't a great deal of oversight on this. I remember reading an article about it was like almost like a Redbox type kiosk in Africa, where you go into it and you put a USB thumb drive in it, and then you tell it what movie you wanted to download, and it's connected to a server, and then it just automatically downloads that movie, like the brand new in theater movie, right to your USB drive to take home and watch. You pay for it right there. None of the money goes to the studio, but it's such an interesting way where you're able to figure that out. I see here Adaprin says get a VPN. Dude, VPNs don't protect you. Like the VPNs don't actually protect you. They will actually give you up in a heartbeat. If they were requested to by a copyright holder, they will give you up in a heartbeat. There's not a lot there. John here says, this just shows you that the big tech groups don't hire enough tech to combat piracy by fixing their own software. A lot of those guys are able to figure out everything else. So it's definitely like some of the stuff here that you see, again, I'll check piracy sites when, when something drops, and it will be up, very, very, very quick. Like we're talking, I think what was it? Falcon and Winter Soldier, 30 minutes into the first episode, that was like an hour long. The episode had already been uploaded in 4K. And I watched it as soon as it dropped. I was just checking to see what was going on with it, how fast it was going to go online. Went online super quick. So this stuff is there. So these companies are these websites are making a lot of money. I mean, look at this here. You've got the breakdown on piracy apps. 24% are major brands. 54% are other brands. 11% are fraud and malware. There's less than 1% adult, less than 1% sponsored content, and then 11% unidentified ads. So the vast majority of this is other things, people who don't care where you're advertising. But it also shows here that findings show that major tech companies such as Amazon, Facebook, and Google make up nearly 3/4 of all Fortune 500 company ads on pirate apps. As such, they are seen as major funders of the piracy ecosystem. Amazon 41%, Facebook 27%, Google at 5%, Vimeo Well, hell, that's the only way Vimeo's getting watched these days. And start.io. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff here is like, look, Google paid operators millions of dollars to place its own ads on their illicit piracy apps. Given the company's boast about its analytical prowess and data expertise, it seems far-fetched that Google doesn't know how it's spending millions of dollars. Oh, no, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Now, Benson here says, I find my VPN works great with Netflix, but Disney Plus appears to have better defense software, so it rarely works. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. When the Clone Wars series finale came out in New Zealand, like 12 hours before it premiered here in the States, I logged in through my laptop through a VPN, an online, a browser-based VPN. Went through Disney Plus, logged in like as if I was in New Zealand, and I watched the series finale of the Clone Wars. And then, of course, I reviewed it. And then I got yelled at for it. That was pretty funny. And it wasn't Disney who yelled at me. It was literally, it was literally people on YouTube that were very upset. But Voltaire here says, yeah, it's shocking how many legitimate ads you find on those sketchy websites. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how much goes into this kind of stuff. So that's kind of what we find ourselves talking about on this. Like, piracy is such a massive, I didn't realize how massive it was. I didn't realize how fundamentally, just, you know, how I know it was widespread, but I didn't realize how much money was being made on it. That to me is crazy. Now, John here does say that Last Week Tonight talked about it, which they did, talking about ransomware that you can buy off the store shelves in some countries, and then that can be put out there in the world as well. I just watched that episode. And so let's see here. Also, supporting piracy supports the fandom menace. Just saying, Sam. Yeah. I remember when Midnight's Edge was all like, you know, we're not going to get CBS All Access to watch Star Trek Discovery. And then they were all watching Star Trek Discovery, and I made a crack about it. And they're like, whoa, man, whoa. You can't say that, dude. You can't say that we watch that we watched this. You can't say that. Tom Connor got so mad at me, so frazzled when I made a joke about like they were watching it illegitimately. It's like, bitch, just fucking admit it. Just win it. I guess what, wait, hold on. Did Snake Eyes come out already? Did that get, let me take a look. I want to see this here. Cause I don't know. Can I go pick up, can I go get Snake Eyes? I don't know. I'm just taking a quick look through my thing. I don't know if it's already out on, whatever. I have to figure it out. Anyway, RJ is here. What's going on, RJ?
Hey, nothing much, man. Figured I'd just pop in, say hello.
Yeah, you are coming in real low, buddy.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
That is strange. I don't know why. Is that any better?
No.
Weird. Okay.
All right, try it again.
Any better?
No.
That is so strange.
Yeah, you're coming in real, like, yeah, if it's low for you guys. So pump up the volume. I can't pump up the volume.
That is so strange. I don't know why it's so low.
You may want to bounce out and bounce back in. All right. So there's that. Anyway, so the last thing I want to talk about, I'll wait for RJ to come back. And I know I talk a bit about gaming, but apparently the Skyrim Anniversary Edition has been announced, launching on November 11th. This, of course, is the 10th anniversary. The 10th anniversary of Skyrim, which is insane because I recently started replaying it on my Xbox Series S. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to go and beat Skyrim is what I was going to do. I was going to go beat it again. And then, or no, not beat it again, actually beat it entirely. I hadn't beat it yet. I keep saying beat it like it's my dick. It's not. It's a game. But this is coming out. Free next generation console upgrade. PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, PS4, PS5, probably whatever device you can get Skyrim on, which is practically everything. But the stupidest thing that they showcased here was this image from QuakeCon where it's like, hey guys, we got fucking fishing. Okay. You know what? I don't fish in Red Dead Redemption. I don't know what's, you know, fishing in Skyrim ain't really my jam. I don't really do much. I might harvest salmon. And then I forget that I'm holding salmon, and then I throw salmon away because it doesn't do anything for me. It restores what, like 3 to 5 HP? So there's that. Like, yeah, beat it, Matt. Just beat it. Beat it like the Michael Jackson song. Yeah, I keep saying beat it. What can I say? And then RJ here says, I think my mic might have just died. That's not good, buddy. That's not good at all. You may want to restart your computer, just as an FYI. Matt here says, Ghost of Tsushima DLC dropped today. That's right. It did. $30 for that to get the Ghost of, was it Irishi? Whatever it is. And that's one that I want to definitely get. I am going to get it. I'm probably going to wait until I get a PS5, which will probably be sometime next year. And when I get it, then I'm going to get Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm going to want to replay that again on the PS5. And I love Ghost of Tsushima. Like, and what's crazy about that is the game came out a year ago. It doesn't feel like it came out a year ago. But I really, really, really like it. And I did beat it. I beat it on hard, like on the hardest difficulty. And it wasn't that difficult. I want a harder difficulty. I want that game to destroy me like Demon's Souls did. So that's what I want. And then Yvonne here says there's also a new update on Cyberpunk. That's true. I need to, I have it on a PS4. Like, I just kind of want to get it on the, I want to get it on the Xbox, but it's like, I don't want to like fucking pay the full price for it, I guess. So there's that. But all right, let's see here. I don't think RJ can come back on. Am I ready? Hold on. Am I ready for CM Punk's debut on all? I don't give a shit about wrestling. Sorry. I just don't care. I just don't care about wrestling. Rough Collies here says, I heard PS5 will be difficult to get next year, probably into 2023. And that's fine with me, man. Like Halo Infinite is coming out this year. You know, I have a PS4. I've got games to play on PS4 still. I've also got the Xbox Series S. There's a lot to go back on. I haven't touched it in like 2 weeks anyway, because I stream most nights out of the week and I stream until after midnight and then I go to bed. So I don't sit there and play games as often. So I'm okay with that. I have time. It's okay. I'm not worried about it at all. Am I geeking out about this? I don't know what that is. I can't see the links here, man. I can't see the links, buddy. You're going to have to, hold on. I can't. So I don't know what link it is right there you sent me. Did I ever play the Ghostbusters 3 video game? I actually have not played it yet. I have not played it yet. Do I have a gaming PC? I have a PC that can game, yes, but I don't like to game on my PC. I don't. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't want to game on my PC at all. And the reason why I don't want to game on my PC is because I'm on my PC all the time. So I don't want to sit here and game on it. That's why I want to play on my TV, because I have a 55-inch Samsung in my room that I can sit on my Tempur-Pedic bed and get comfy as all hell, surround myself with big-ass pillows, prop my hands up, and I can play a game and not be fucking bothered. And that's why I like it. Jess, you're asking, which is better, The Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima? Ghosts. I like The Last of Us 2 quite a bit. The lack of multiplayer kept me from really kind of going back into it. And the story didn't grip me as well as the first one did. So, but Ghost is definitely better. Do I think that the GTA remasters are real? I don't know. I hope so. That'd be fucking cool, man. I'd love to dive back into Vice City. That'd be great. Real Elmo here is like stream Skyrim. Probably not, man. I don't really do a lot of stuff like that. Brian, yeah, I guess, man. I wasn't gonna, but we got about maybe like 10 minutes left. So I'll send you a link real quick. You can just come on in. And you know, just kind of have like, I guess like, your talking points ready to go. So, that would be fine if you have like, you know, we'll just kind of keep it on track. Hank here sent me a link for the Universal Monster Classics on 4K, which looks actually pretty cool. And let me see here. Is this on? Yeah, there we go. So this is not that bad, I guess, of a price, so to speak. You're looking at $50 for the Universal Classic Monsters Icons of Horror Collection Blu-ray. I mean, $80 4K is not terrible, I guess. I don't know, like if I would get it, like what do you get on it? Let's see here. So you get Dracula, Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, and the Wolfman. You also get the 1931 Spanish edition of Dracula, behind the scenes documentaries, featurettes on Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and Lon Chaney Jr., feature commentaries, theatrical trailers, and more. Honest to God, like the special features do sound pretty cool. Like the behind the scenes documentaries sound pretty dope. I like featurettes on Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff specifically. The commentaries, I don't quite know what those would be like, but they could be fascinating. Theatrical trailers and more. We'll have to wait and see. But you know what? I mean, like it looks like I do like the cover though, because I've always enjoyed these characters quite a bit. And just like how terrible that looks. So there we go. There we go on that one. Thank you very much for that one. Yeah, we'll have to talk figure that one out. Let's see here. Don't go SJW on us. It doesn't make someone racist by not liking a black character as an Iron Man remix. I didn't say it has anything to do with the character being black. I'm saying it's like if they're upset that it's a black character, that it's like, we don't need no black Iron Man sort of thing. And it's not even really an Iron Man remix. It is kind of a new iteration of the character after Tony Stark is dead. So it is what it is, man. Yeah, just wait for the Black Friday sale. Yeah, I will. So, Casey here says B-Stars ain't that bad. I don't know, man. I'll have to wait and see. All right. So we got Skywalker Brian here. What's going on, man?
Hey, Matt. How you doing?
I'm okay, man. Just kind of winding things down right now. So I know you wanted to talk about this Genie Pass situation.
Yeah. It's a very, very, like I said, in the past 24 hours, my head's been all like, WTF, this news is just making the whole Disney fandom like very confusing about this brand new system that's coming out later this fall.
So this Genie Pass, it replaces the Fast Pass.
It replaces both the Max Pass and Fast Pass. That's correct. So they're going to be set to retire this fall.
Okay, so they're retiring Fast Pass and Max. What's the Max Pass?
Max Pass was a paid option that was a Disneyland fan favorite, where you can actually pay for certain selected attractions and to like help to like reduce like wait times.
Okay, sorry, you're going a little bit too fast there. So just to kind of recap.
So basically, it was Disneyland. Sorry, my mic was like it was a Disneyland fan favorite that was like, say, you could do like select attractions like Toy Story Mania, the Mickey Death Wheel, I call it. So it was just pretty much like a way to help reduce your wait times instead of like waiting in the standby queue.
Okay, and I mean, of course, Disney's going to find any way it can to milk a dollar out of you.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is replacing that in the Fast Pass system, and this is going to be, is what I was reading, is it comes in again like two different forms, like two different prices, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
All right. Okay. So it's a $15 per person per day or $20 per person per day.
Yeah. So $15 for Walt Disney World and $20 per day for Disneyland.
Okay, you got to slow down, buddy, man. Like you're going way too fast on that one.
So sorry. It's Walt Disney World is $15 per day, and Disneyland is $20 per day.
Okay. Oh, so, okay, I see. And now, is that the entire park, or is that just like?
Yes, it's in the the entire park. So Walt Disney World has over 40 attractions. Disneyland has over up to 15 different attractions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I mean, like, so do you think that that's a are people freaking out over the price, or what are they doing?
It's more of like the certainty of the unknown. Because when the announcement was made, if you go to the Disney Parks YouTube channel, it has more of a dislike ratio than a positive like ratio. It's because it's a new system that has been in development for the past 3 years since D23 2019 when it was first announced. But my argument is that basically this has been around for a while, because Shanghai Disney has been having this paid option for a while, where it's basically where you pay for, like, say, like an option where you can say you can do like Tron or Pirates of the Caribbean and blah blah blah, but then and then like then a year later, like say hey, Paris just recently introduced this, so and I can understand why for like if you have like a family of 4, it gets expensive. So the other thing that's also making people like really upset too is that you could actually pay yourself your way to do Rise of the Resistance as well, where it is considered the most sophisticated, most complicated attraction ever known, and because the virtual queue system is just like it's just horrible. It's been around since like 2019, and like where the option is free. So I can understand where the arguments that if you say you don't get a boarding group, that is how the virtual queue works out. But no, for the option where they call it the lightning lane, which is basically we don't know what the prices are. Because and they say, hey, guess what? Now, if I don't get a board group, now I have to pay a way to get on it. That is considered utter, like, it kind of makes me kind of cringe a little bit inside a little bit. So,
okay, so you threw a lot there real quick. I'm just trying. Okay, so people aren't happy that they're doing this now, but they're gonna pay.
Yeah, they are going to pay. Yes, they're going to pay. But the fact that a virtual queuing system that has basically been having some like guest capacity issues to like get on it, because it really depends on like either your signal on your cell phone, your either like your Wi-Fi. I mean, there's a lot of like factors. Of course, I 100% agree with, but the fact that also that for an attraction that's like say popular as Rise of Resistance, where you have to pay on where it's free of charge. That's where people are getting upset with.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously they're trying to, I think they're honestly trying to deter people from going on that ride.
Yeah,
because I know you were sending me messages the other night, letting me know that it was pretty much walk on for Rise of the Resistance the other night, which is almost unheard of.
Yeah, it was very rare. It was very rare because it was either probably in Florida, it was either like school season or was it the hurricane? It could have been multiple options. So. I mean, that's never heard of. So it's basically now they're treating like Rise now like basically like a standby now, but a standby to like you pay your way to get on it.
Yeah, well, I mean they're trying. It just sounds like they're trying to make up for last year.
Yeah. Well, however, though, there is some pluses though. So
all right,
the one thing that I, as a veteran who has been going to Walt Disney World often, where it's really annoying that in the olden ways where you have to wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning to book a fast pass like between 30 days to 60 days in advance. That's like saying like you don't know what you want for dinner for like the next night. Now when the Disney Genie comes out this fall, that's gonna be eliminated. That's gonna be like a huge plus.
Okay, so they're trying to take the concept of ease of access, and then just charge a premium for it.
Yeah, exactly. So according to the Disney Parks chairman, Josh D'Amaro, it's about options, flexibility, and durability. Even though Josh D'Amaro, we praise him being like, a really great, guy and everything. But this, however, when he said about Rise, this kind of like rubbed off a lot of people's different, elbows. So like I said, for an option being free. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how the general audience reacts to it.
Yeah,
obviously,
I agree.
The hardcore Disney files, because I mean, what is it? Disneyland is just now they're kind of revamping their SoCal Select Pass, right? And so that's gonna again all the people that I know in San Diego that are huge Disney files are now gonna pay literally fucking double.
Yeah, I know. But it's just my question is just like like how is it like like you gotta go consideration like what is it like for like during the peak seasons like during Christmas, during New Year's, Thanksgiving? I mean, is it going to be is the demand going to be really there, or people are just still like able to use it for like a standard traditional queuing system? We'll have to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't plan on going to Disneyland for a couple of years.
Yeah,
so whatever happens is going to be
I mean because I told you I'm going in October, so I mean, and then when I told my mom about this, it's like just today I'm like, Mom, this is gonna be a huge wrench in our trip, like going. So, I mean, because of the fact that I'm also going to an after hours event, which is called Oogie Boogie Bash, which is kind of like their Halloween party events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now it's just like I had additional to pay for Disneyland. And number this is also for the options where it's by per a la carte. So, I mean,
what does that mean?
Per a la carte means like per item per charge.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm just like
it's in the FAQ section. So
yeah, no, I know. Is it the per item per charge? Is that for food or is that for a ride?
No, this is for Disney Genie.
Okay. But I thought you pay the $15 and you get you get the, is that just access to the system and you have to pay individually?
Well, individually is the Lightning Lane. The Disney Genie is included with the Lightning Lane. So the Disney Genie Plus. Sorry.
That's so fucking confusing.
Yeah, I know it is. But like,
so what's the cost going to be for like buying an individual fast pass then?
Well, so for Disney, well, like I said, for the Lightning Link options, we don't know yet. That hasn't been officially announced. But the only thing we know is that Disney Genie Plus will, like I said, will be $20 for Disneyland and $15 for Walt Disney World, because Walt Disney World has never had a paid product service ever. It's always been free for the past like 60 years, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna. I mean, look, I've been looking at prices of going on the Disney Wish.
Yeah,
and like going on a cruise with my family, and we're like, I'd have to like literally rob a bank to be able to do that.
Yeah, I know. And
they're crazy expensive.
You want to do the Galactic Star Cruiser, Matt, and I'm telling you right now. But now with this new service coming down the pipeline, you really need to like seriously think this through.
Well, okay. Here's the question I have. So this Genie thing, if I buy it, let's say I go to like California or I go to Walt Disney or whatever.
Yeah.
When I get the Genie, do I get automatic confirmed guaranteed access to like the Spider-Man ride at Avengers Campus?
Well, like I said, Disney did clarify that they will still offer traditional like standby. Like on board, like say you get
right. I'm just asking, like, if I buy that, do I get like the guaranteed entry?
If you don't get the boarding pass, you're guaranteed to get on the attraction.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I think that right there.
I would buy it just to get that.
Yeah.
Because the virtual keys for those rides are so ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's so hard
and the thing is that really pisses me off too. Why are they virtual queuing Ratatouille and when it's free it's been around for years in Disneyland Paris? It does make no sense at all.
They're coming up on the 15th anniversary.
No, the 50th anniversary, but
no, the 15th anniversary of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Not the I don't know about the other stuff. I'm just saying it's like it came out in 07. We're coming up in 15 years.
Yeah,
but doesn't feel that long. Wow.
Yeah, but Disneyland Paris has been, has never has a virtual queuing system until the paid premium service that just launched this month in Disneyland Paris. It just makes no sense to me.
Well, I mean, clearly they're trying to recap what they lost last year. That is I'm with geeks on this one. I'm so fucking lost right now.
It sounds really confusing.
It is, and that's why I was essentially. If you want to like brief up pull the article for a little bit, I mean, I can.
I might, but I kind of agree with King of Golden State here. All I hear is cocaine.
Yeah,
because you're going a mile a minute.
Well, you know why they're introducing this right now, right?
Yeah, Walt Disney World, I'm trying to like
50th anniversary in October. Everyone's gonna go this fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a new system. And look, when Disney fans get with a new system, they get a little bit uncomfortable out of their shell, which I can 100% totally agree with. Like,
you mean they go fucking psycho?
Well, yes, and then then they try to adjust for say a new service or a new product or something they're not really familiar with, and it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is not so bad after all, but. I mean, the only thing that people are really also upset too is because they're worried about they're gonna be price gouging their normal audience that don't go to the parks that quite often they're not locals.
Yeah, but they do that anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, if you go, the thing is, Disneyland has increased its prices so heavily in the last couple of years that you can tell that they are trying to. They're not trying to play to and this is where it's going to screw them, to be honest with you. But they're trying to attract the international people. They're trying to attract the international families or the families with a lot more wealth. Whereas they still need the SoCal select people to go in and bring in that ancillary income that keeps the park going during the off season.
Right. Exactly.
But it's just this just sounds so unwaveringly or yieldingly fucking confusing.
It is, and it's complicated. I agree. This new system is complicated. So,
I mean, if I got to spend, I don't mind spending an extra $15 a day.
Yeah.
All right. I get it. Okay, fine. But if I'm guaranteed access to certain things, okay, fine, worth the money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's it just seems like it's going to end up screwing over.
I mean, it's really cool though, but I mean for the apps, because it's really just it's just basically an AI kind of it knows say. Hey, what's your generations? Do you like stormtroopers? Do you like princesses? Do you like Disney villains? Disney Genie actually it maps out and plans your whole day with the palm of your hands.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, I mean, like that's kind of the cool thing. I mean, like, they're obviously trying to expand when it comes to more interconnectivity with mobile devices.
yeah,
And it's like going to Galaxy's Edge, and then you can use like the app to like scan, like
the
data,
find the data pad.
Yeah, you can do
They
all that. Like
basically
that's
want
pretty
you
cool.
on your phone all the time, basically to scan.
Well, but it makes sense in regards to some of these places because it helps make the line ride go by faster.
Yeah, it makes it more fun, and because people will be bored in line.
And because then that like gets people burnt out, and then they get angry, and then they might leave, or they may not buy food or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. However, the other side of that too is that Disney is going to have to realize that going like augmented reality or making more like interactive, like technologically interactive rides is going to be the wave of the future, because the we're kind of past the It's a Small World fucking experience here.
Yeah, we are.
And I like It's a Small World. I do. I legitimately like that ride. It's terrible, but I like it. And it's one of those things where it's like, I expect in the next like 10, 15 years, even that to get torn down, because it's like, look, it's old and we only have so much limited space in Anaheim.
But it's a classic though.
Well, that doesn't matter. They got rid of fucking Star Tours, and they put in Star Tours 2.0.
Yeah, Star Tours is based on the whole Skywalker franchise.
No, and here's the thing. I'm just saying some rides I think are like so classic and such
fucking Star Tours.
Star Tours.
I know, but Disney's legacy, like that. Goes
fucking. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again. Fucking Star Tours. All right. Like, look, Star Tours 2.0 is great. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But man, when I finally went on it a couple years ago when I was there. When they opened it in 2011, I went to Disneyland because I was still living in LA, and it was a 3-hour wait, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that for 5 minutes," And then I never went back again because I just whatever. But I finally went back in 2019, and I went on Star Tours 2.0, and it was a lot of fun. And it was like there was no wait time; it was just walk on. But I'm like, still, like I was with my younger brother, and I'm like, man, I would love it if they still would have had Star Tours, at least one Star Tours ride. At least one. Give me the option of being able to go back and do the old one with Rex.
Rex. Yeah,
because I loved all the references to that in like
Oga's Cantina.
Well, there's that as well as in Clone Wars, the TV show.
Yeah.
Or Rebels. Sorry, Rebels. I think in a couple references in Clone Wars. There was like, I would as an old Star Wars fan, like that's what I would have liked. And so I understand that stuff has to change. I get it. Like, was it Toontown went away? For the Avengers campus, that was fine.
It was a Bug's Land.
Yeah, a Bug's Life.
Bug's Land. Yeah, Mickey's Toontown's still there.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
I enjoyed a Bug's Life. I liked that little theater that they did. That was fun.
I mean, they still kept it. I mean, the Heimlich, coaster train is now at Pixar now, so.
I mean, look, the thing is, I understand it. Like, it'd be like if they were saying we're getting rid of Soaring Over California, I'd probably make a trip down there specifically just for Soaring Over California. Because I love Soarin'.
Well, that's the thing. Some rides I think are too precious and beloved by the people who pay the money to go there. Where they do tear them down.
Soarin', but have you been to Soarin' though, RJ?
Soarin's amazing.
Soarin' is also the very first thing you come across when you walk into California Adventures. It's like right there to the right.
It's the essence of like the original Soarin' Over California was just like the landscape of like what California was.
Ray says bulldoze it and expand the adventure. Ray.
They probably will though. To be honest, they probably will.
Matt, did you prefer Soarin' California or the current version right now, Soarin' Around the World?
I haven't seen Soarin' Around the World, so I've only seen Soarin' Over California, and having lived in California for a very long time, I liked Soarin' Over California because it was really cool.
Fun fact! I actually was there when it was originally called. It's called Grizzly Run Airfield, and it was back in the day. It was called Condor Flats. I was there before they brought it over to Epcot.
Okay, so I remember Condor Flats when I was when I was there. Let me get a couple super chats here. We got Mo Moon for $2 asking, my friend, why are you hating on my wrestling? Because I can. Just saying, I'm not a wrestling fan. I've been open about that. I'm sorry, I don't care for it. Galia Productions here says Carmen freaks the hell out of me personally. Talking about Carmen Pasha, we were discussing him earlier in the episode. Why is that, Galia? Very curious. He's a little bit weird. Talking about the elites. And then we got this one here from my channel, $5, man. Just says drunk.
Yeah.
Now, are you talking about Brian, or are you
No, I'm
talking about yourself?
I'm definitely not drunk. I 100%. I'm
No, I know you well enough, Brian, to know that you're not drunk.
Yeah.
And then Geeks here saying I missed Captain EO. Man, I loved it when they brought back Captain EO. That was awesome.
I really do feel like that, personally, like if you take the recent example, like the Avengers Campus, I really feel like I'm kind of getting somewhat burnt out with all these new variants, all these new costume changes. Because look how many costume changes Loki got it for the course of the season for at the Avenger Campus. It was just wow.
I'd argue though that makes it more appealing because you never know what they're going to look like, and they always
that's true.
theming around shows releases.
No, that makes sense to me as well. Yeah,
and not to mention Kevin Feige actually confirmed that that some of the members of the Internals and also Hawkeye is going to be appearing at the Avengers Campus later this fall.
Cool. So yeah, no, that does make the most amount of sense, and that's kind of the whole point. That is a Chapek maneuver right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's a Chapek maneuver because he obviously is the guy who wants to mine these IPs.
Yeah.
And having a constant cavalcade, if you will, of new characters coming and going from the Avengers Campus creates that fear of missing out.
Yeah, exactly.
It creates that FOMO, and that FOMO is going to drive people, to either it's going to drive people to go at a certain time.
Yeah.
It's going to make it really popular, or it's going to drive it a certain way. It's very fascinating.
But I argue but how come these characters were not added from the Skywalker trilogy for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? I mean, could that been countered?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with that right now.
That could have been easily done, but no, it was just all due to budget and just because entertainment always gets on the shit list and it gets cut the most. So it really, really sucks.
Well, I mean, obviously with this last year, it makes sense. But again, with Galaxy's Edge, and I said this a while back too, the thing is, Galaxy's Edge was kind of a dead end creation.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, because as much as I love it, and I think it's an awesome place to go, it's like that when you walk in and it's got that the First Order resupply depot.
Yeah.
And you walk in there and there's all the First Order trooper outfits. For one, that doesn't have as much iconography as the original Empire.
I agree.
And that's aimed for the younger kids to go in there to buy that stuff. But the problem though is that the Star Wars is pretty much still aimed at at a bit of an older audience. The older audiences was buying the stuff. And then you go in there and you find that they have the 709th. Did you ever see that?
No. I don't think
so. Okay, so when I was there, I'm like, why do they have all this branding, keychains, hats, shirts, coffee mugs for the 709th? What is that? And I looked it up, and what it is it's a division, right, or a legion of the First Order stormtroopers that is meant to more or less be like the 501st. It's the idea they're meant to be like legends and whatever in the First Order. And I'm like, but where was any of this mentioned? Where the 501st, they are nonprofit. They very much are part of. They do a lot of philanthropy. They do a lot of charity work. And they're known among Star Wars fans for being legitimately bad the fuck ass. But then when you get into this whole thing and you realize that it's just they're trying to sell you on something that they haven't put any emphasis on and the main canon. Right. And it's so that came out in 2019. Rise of Skywalker comes out at the end of 2019. That's the end of the First Order. So it's I mean, sure, you could sit there and say, well, they ended the Empire in 1983, but we still had 6 fucking years of the Empire, but people still wanted those stories throughout all that time. No one is clamoring for more stories in all this. And anyway, hold on here. HBart's here with $5. Says, can you say my coworker Jason looks like Mark Wahlberg? Hi, Jason. This is Matt Jarbo, host of Hollywood After Dark. I was told you look like Mark Wahlberg. So say hi to your mother for me, all right?
And what's funny too, Matt, because
thank you, my channel, for the super sticker.
It's in 2019 when you go into Doc Ondar's and nobody knew that was actually Mando's helmet. Why is there a random helmet there? Nobody knew because Mando was still an early concept, and then now popular than ever.
Yeah, it's just
everything. I still argue that what they should do for Galaxy's Edge is retheme it to be based on the Mandalorian.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why it's taking them so long.
I mean, I don't know because I've been hearing talks and stuff that saying they could possibly bring like a Mando character. I've been hearing rumors, chatter for it, but nothing's been concrete. I mean, originally they were originally going to make no joke, RJ. They were going to make Galaxy's Edge into a freaking Tatooine. That was the original concept, and they were originally going to.
They should have done that.
Yeah, and they were originally going to do that, and they were originally going to bulldoze Indiana Jones at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Oh,
but
no.
And they were like, nope, plans changed, and we're going to be a brand new original concept.
Wait, they were going to bulldoze Indiana Jones in Florida or California?
Yeah, in Florida.
The stunt show.
Oh, okay.
The stunt show.
Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry, I'd be okay. I've never been, so I have no emotional attachment to that stunt show.
Stunt show is actually pretty enjoyable.
But I've been going to that like Indiana Jones ride for like 20 years.
Yeah, but once you get to Florida,
California.
Go check it out. It's actually quite enjoyable. So
well, yeah, we're talking about like we're doing we want to do a cruise out of Florida in the next couple years, and and then spend a couple days at Walt Disney World with the kids. I just want the kids to be a little older.
No, that's understandable. Like you want to like remember it and enjoy it. I totally get where you're coming from.
I want to be able to afford it. My God, I need to take like a third mortgage on my house or something like
Matt,
that.
I would say, could you like brave yourself to do Halloween Horror Nights too?
If I came around that time, yeah, if I could spend time there, if I had money, if I had enough money, I would find a way to make it work.
Right now, Halloween Horror is a big money prop for Universal and Comcast.
No, I know you keep sending me DMs over it, and I'm like I never go to any of this, so I'm like, oh, Brian's sending me another HHS thing.
I know.
You know, I'm like, all right,
it's synergy, it's marketing, it's free advertising.
So
I mean, because like, look at Stranger Things literally broke the freaking park when they did that haunted house.
No, I would love to see that. I would. It's just again, it's like for me to fly from Seattle to Orlando is 9 hours.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's 9 hours, and or I could fly from Seattle down to Burbank, and that's like only 2 hours or 2.5 hours. And go to Halloween Horror Nights out there in Universal in LA.
Well, I mean, Universal Studios Hollywood. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is because they have black walls, and I feel like Orlando has more of the space, so they can do more practical effects, and they have more of the venue.
Yeah,
Hollywood,
that part I get. Yeah, I mean, I like to see some of that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm excited for Sarah. I mean, because you got some interesting IPs. You got the Haunting of Hill House. You got Beetlejuice. You got the Bride of Frankenstein. Crypt TV for some reason is doing a scare zone this year in Orlando, which is very interesting.
Well, we'll have to wait and see this. Anyway, Command Unit here with 6 shekels. Thank you. I think that's a subtle reminder to check out this. I had it prepped, by the way.
Ooh,
so this is a trailer for Warhammer 40,000 Lost Crusade. This is a mobile game apparently, and he wants us to react to the trailer. It's kind of a nightly thing here, checking out the Warhammer stuff. Let me know if I did select the audio, but let me know if you guys can hear this.
I'm watching this.
The galaxy is aflame.
Yeah, I can hear it.
The shadow of damnation spreads across the stars. To repel this darkness, a mighty crusade is launched. The threat of chaos must be driven back.
Oh, this is interesting for a mobile. Very impressive visuals.
Oh yeah. Well, no, this is cinematic.
Uncountable enemies stand in their path, but the defenders of the Imperium do not stand alone. Guided by their unshakable faith in the Emperor, they will vanquish the storm. They will be the light that breaches the darkness.
Nice.
And they shall know no fear.
Oh man.
Down.
Nice.
All right, so that is that's on the App Store and Google Play.
That's interesting.
Anyone who wants to go and check that one out. Yeah, it's a cinematic here. Geeks here says, imagine Star Wars in 40K. That'd be pretty cool.
Jeez, that'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty nice. I think there's a lot of cool stuff on that one.
I haven't played a bunch of the last thing I remember was a console game on the Xbox. I remember last time I played. I think so.
There's well, let's see here. You know what it is? I'll bring up a video of someone playing this damn thing that we can see how it looks. All right, paste and go. Cool. All right. I'm gonna mute that though. Oh fuck! God damn it! Come on. There we go.
Page bars with a $2 super chat.
There we go. Good day, guys and gals. We're going to be talking about Warhammer today. Look at this. Look at this here. It's an amazing game. A lot of portals. A lot of people talking.
Nice
hold
Logan.
on. Let me bring it on there. All right. This guy's having a conversation with this lady who's got like a metal mouth, so don't take her privately home, you know. But you know, bro, I can't hear shit. There we go. I mean, obviously, I've got it muted. Why don't we scoot ahead a little bit here? Check it out, the gameplay. All right, here. Talking about, it's got a lot of microtransactions, obviously designed to take your gold, much like your time. But obviously, I actually, I'm getting a lot of StarCraft vibe off of this, but I understand why it's kind of like that.
I'm getting a lot of StarCraft vibes too off that too.
It's just so it's a mobile game. I mean, it looks like Clash of Clans. To be honest,
who's the developer who made this?
Yeah, like Tower Defense.
It's Tower, yeah.
Probably some Chinese company.
Yeah, no, is it by Tencent? I think.
I don't think I saw a Tencent on there. On the cinematic. Let me see here. All right, it's by Orca. No, sorry, it's developed by it's Games Workshop who developed it. So it is the owners of Warhammer.
Oh, interesting.
And then but then Orca Game published it, so I don't know. It came out last year. It looks like I mean, I'm sure people check it out. Let's see, Min Min asked the hard question here. Does the game have waifus? I'm pretty sure the game tries to make you its waifu by making you its bitch.
Probably.
Yeah, Ray here says mobile cash grabs can be fun. Bradley here says loving the Aussie accent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, I'm not going to do voicemails tonight, man. Yeah,
the only mobile game I really been enjoying, it was like a while ago, was that that Mario jumper game, and that came out like a while ago. Kind of remind me of like Flappy Bird.
Oh yeah, I liked Flappy Bird though, man. Like
Flappy Bird got killed off way too soon.
No, Well, the thing is, that guy was getting death threats.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like that guy was making like $50,000 a day in Flappy Bird.
Yeah,
and you can't even download it anymore. Like you can get knockoffs of it. You can get knockoffs of it, but there was a developer at Epic who made a version of it using the Unreal 4 engine called like Tappy Chicken or something.
Tappy Chicken.
And I think that's even gone now too. So yeah, Pro Dust here says Flappy Bird is my jam. That's right, man. I play the game a lot.
And there were some like adult and not safe for work ones that I saw too, and I'm like, well, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
What Fappy Dick?
No, it was just like you got
it was tap to fap.
I saw one like it was like a woman's boob or whatever, and it was like Flappy Bird, and you just tap it like a tit or whatever.
Oh God, that was a joke I made on Twitter today about what you're gonna see, like what's gonna be the only thing you can find nudity wise on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Let me bring this up here. Like this is gonna be like in the top 5% of OnlyFans come October 1st.
Oh God.
Oh, God,
so like when you don't have the internet, but you got ceiling titties. So there we have it on that, folks. There we have it on that one.
Why would someone do that? They must be really bored in their spare time.
I mean, like, look, man, all I'm saying is this. If you try hard enough, you can masturbate to just about anything.
People just have their own strange figments of their own imagination, Matt.
They do. Have you not like hung out on this stream long enough to know like the weird stuff that we talk about here?
I've been here long enough. I'm aware of the whole I'm aware of like the Jeopardy like battle like super chats and everything. So,
God, that was a good night.
Oh God.
Anyway, so all right, guys. On that note, I am gonna wrap it up. It's been a little over 2 hours. It is getting to my bedtime here. I'd like to thank Mad Max, Annie, RJ, Brian for coming on tonight and having some fun conversations. Again, lots always are happening here on the internet. That's why we talk about things on Hollywood After Dark that are kind of all the sphere of entertainment.
And this stream is brought to you by within 240p.
Maybe once I downgrade my my StreamYard from 1080 to 240, I'm going to save myself a little bit of money on that one. But as always, guys, thank you all very much. Be sure to check back tomorrow night when Mikey motherfucking Sutton comes on. I missed your super chat. Hold on, I did. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Warhammer hurt my favorite video game series, Total War. Well, H-Barts, now you have a reason to fight.
Yes.
To fight against Warhammer 40K. I don't know the villains of it just yet. But you can, command unit.
40K war.
You could, you could challenge command unit by getting us to watch Total War cinematics and make fans of Total War. Anyway, guys.
That'll be awesome.
Thank you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mikey Sutton's going to be here. We got I think tomorrow night is something going on with what Lucasfilm is doing, and then he wants to come back next week sometime and talk about the future of Kathleen Kennedy. So that ought to be fascinating. We'll see where it goes. All right, everybody. Have yourself a great night. Thanks again.